G'day guys, it's Jay here from Journey of a White Feather, and we have Diana from Trailblaze the Universe, and we have a dingo, a live dingo. Look at that, there's a dingo, little bugger. This is Life Theories, and obviously a lot of things happening in the world. And look, we're going to chat about the things that are happening in the world, but we're going to relate it back to what we know. We're talking about energy, awareness, personal awareness, personal growth. I guess accountability is a big word, but also our growth as well. Because if you don't have, because at this time in our lives, and here I'm getting a bit serious because I don't usually be this serious, I guess, but well, serious in a way. I guess in a way that you're getting what's happening with the let's put it this way. Let's talk about Age of Aquarius, and that will actually fund and tell everyone what it's all about, because they use a bit of the spirituality, I guess, a funny word that people don't fucking like. There you go. Think, oh, you're little witchy poos. No, you have to look at it you have to look at it deeply. This is the whole point. This is the whole point about us being disconnected from the fucking earth, ladies and gentlemen. Okay,
Yeah,
so it's starting. That's exactly right. Good afternoon. Good morning from Australia to you, Diana. How are you?
good. Speaking of Earth, I'm glad to see that you're outside. Right now, I have snow outside where I'm at in Virginia. So, yeah, it's very
It's
cold, but I still go on walks to connect with Mother Earth. And I think a lot of what we're seeing on the planet right now, Age of Aquarius, which is also the age of information, right? Truths are being revealed, revelations, but also Mother Earth has been going through certain cycles as well. And, some of what's going on the planet, I think, we aren't as connected to Earth anymore. Look at all the urbanization.
we've never been connected to the earth except for people like us who have become aware. So the
Yeah,
spiritual awakening that we've all gone through, people
yeah.
can say what they want. They have tried to disconnect us from the earth, and we have a greater awareness being connected to the universe, and the universe is giving us that information straight through. So you can think it's all witchy poo shit, ladies and gentlemen, but once you go down, and people love it as I like to go and play with tarot cards. I love to, but there's something in everything. But the freaking thing is, these bastards are bloody disconnected us from our true heart center and our connection to the earth. Just think about, we're all animals, ladies and gentlemen. We're all animals, just like dogs, cats, lions, tigers, bears, everyone connected to the earth. The only thing is we fuck it up by thinking too much. There you go.
Yeah.
How's that sound? How's that sound?
And also, I mean, I think a lot of it is, greed. I mean, you're seeing a lot of these things are money grabs, it's a complete disregard for the environment and just they're seeing how much they can capitalize, how much they can stay in control, keep the power, keep the control. And as we see,
They
we
know
have
it's all coming. Yeah, they're all coming. They all know it.
our planet is going through a shift in consciousness and vibration. I like to think of it as it's going through a big purge right now. Energy is very imbalanced on this planet. It's very obvious to see. Look how chaotic it is. We talked on other podcasts about balancing your masculine and feminine energy. Everyone has masculine and feminine energy, but also balancing your shadow and your light too. Some people are way too deep in that shadow, and look at the kind of world we live in. Look at what's
I
being
want to comment.
portrayed
I'm
in the
going to comment on
media.
that. Let me talk quickly. Sorry to cut you off, because
Yeah, yeah.
coming with consciousness and awareness. These fucking catchwords, life coaching, fucking shadow work, and inner child bullshit, right? It's not bullshit bloody words that people catch on to, right, and make it and bastardize it. Now it's a it's a very important part of your growth. But what happens is, because we live in a commercial and capitalist society, they take the actual pure essence of what you're doing with it and bastardize it. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Clickbait that, because of what it's very important that we do this. But then they use, we're going to go into our inner child and all this shit. If you actually go and practice samadhi, go back to what you said about the dark side of you. You have to embrace that and understand it. not
Integrate
just
it. Yeah.
not even integrate it. You're going to embrace the bloody thing, make it part of you. It's okay. So you've got your dark side, right? So what happens when you look straight into the sun?
Blind it. You're too much in the light.
So what do you got to get?
Got to get the darkness. You got to have both. You got to integrate both.
Because what they do is, in my belief, is they focus in on this dark thing and think it's bloody cool, right? But it's not about that. It's about the integrating both of them. What do you
Yeah.
reckon?
Oh yeah,
Because
you have to integrate both.
you do a lot of it,
Oh, I
a
do
lot
a
of this
lot of
stuff.
shadow work. I mean, a lot of it is just for me, just sitting with, the parts of myself that I don't like or I'm trying to shun away or avoid, right? It's like sitting with those uncomfortable emotions. For me, that's also inclusive of trauma, of any kind of negative feelings I have, negative belief systems, and kind of being like an alchemist. Like I still feel all those feelings. I feel very deeply as an empath, and I have a lot of stuff that I'm working through, but I'm also using it to kind of empower me. I kind of melt that like with doing positive things as well and things that are like good for me. Some alchemizing could be like I'm turning that painful experience into content. Your books you write, we both have content. That's not just the only way I do it, but that is one way that I do it. But I feel these things very deeply, and sometimes I go a little bit too deep into the dark side. I can easily go there. It's not that hard in the world we live in, you know. It's everywhere. You can really tap in. It's almost easier to tap into some darkness.
No,
Darkness is needed. Darkness and light are both needed, you know? You have to
I use
work
the
together
dark.
with them.
I use the darkness word. I don't give a shit about darkness. It's the catchwords, but it's like anything. Like being everyone. For how many years have you heard people saying selfish? Being selfish is being bad. Think about it. Selfish word has been bastardized as well, right? Because if it's there's two meanings, right? Selfish being depending on your mindset. If you're selfish and you're hurting other people, right? You're being, that's the word that's being, oh, you're a selfish bloody bastard, you know? But being selfish is a great thing because who else is going to bloody help you? There you go. What do you reckon?
I don't even use the word selfish. I just say I'm prioritizing my well-being. And, sometimes prioritizing your well-being doesn't sit well with other people. Other people try to push certain things on you or tempt you with certain things. And that is kind of going into that is kind of bringing you in to more of the quote unquote darkness. But I also think of the shadow as like, it's kind of like what's unconsciously driving your behaviors. Like what drives you to do what you do, like hidden,
So you got,
like what you're not aware of. So we're bringing that to light, and what's going on with this consciousness shift that's going on in the world. Everything done in the dark is coming to light, right? So all these crazy things that seem very, I guess, evil or just kind of crazy, chaotic. These things were being done the whole time, but the veil is being lifted, illusions are shattered. Age of Aquarius today is the 111 portal, which is also a powerful manifestation portal.
tell us a little bit about that. Go.
Okay, then the numerology of it is one represents individuality, new starts, and taking initiative. Repeated 111 amplifies this energy, signifying alignment with your higher self and the manifestations of thoughts into reality. This day is ideal for setting clear intentions and focusing on your goals. It's a portal where the universe is more responsive to desires and vibrations. It's also a good time to meditate, seek clarity, connect with your intuition, connect with your spirit guides, pay attention to the synchronicities, and you might get more spiritual downloads at this time. Like any portal, it's a period of transformation, and the energy can still be felt for a good bit after. So even if it's past 111, you can still feel like the energetic effects after this day. But I always say with portals, it's good to ground yourself. I did a grounding meditation today. I did Pilates today. I'm going to go walk out in nature. And that kind of grounds all that. I almost consider it like heady energy. It's like sometimes these portals, you can feel it's like really strong and even on like the mental space. So I like to bring it back into my body and go into nature more when there are portals like that. Yeah.
Absolutely. They say about the numerology, and I've read somewhere it's great to know and get maybe obsessed by numbers. That's why I think it gets a bit obsessive where people go, "What's the 333 mean? What's the 555 mean?" Simply, what I do now, I mean, I know a little bit about it, but if I see a message, all I say is that's a message from above to say I'm on the right path. If I want to look it up, I'll look it up. But it's a case of, being in tune with it. And I think, like, it's great that we've got all these back belter gifts of what you're doing. And you just got to look. I've only just, and this is probably where the portal, it's really funny, ladies and gentlemen, about the portal that Diana was talking about. Only the last week have I really found my voice. Bloody weird that I've done 48 bloody interviews, but is that my voice? Because this is where the Age of Aquarius and what we're doing, exposure and 111 portals and all that come in. I've always been a speaker, but have I actually spoken my true voice? And that's not telling anyone to go and get stuffed or whatever else. It's some great Aussie lingo. Go and get stuffed, you bastard. But have I really come into myself to express myself and my views? Because I've been repressed when I was younger. I've only just come into it, and these people that are in my life now are the vibration I'm in, and it includes yourself. And I've got my other group that I'm with, heavy, big group. But mate, that's probably with regards to there are different. You find different people that you connect with, but also you connect them because that's the vibration that you're at. Vibration and frequency is everything, I think, in a lot of ways. And then you can bring in all these things that we're learning about. And I think the first time we met, Diana, I said you're going to go space. There's a reason
Yeah.
why you put
Look, right
trailblaze to
here.
the universe. I said to you straight up, you're the space cadet of this group, and you're looking and go, oh, I wish I got to find the clip.
Yeah,
And
I
you're right.
remember. Yeah, it's been a
And then
while.
you got the witchy poo, little witchy poo over there in Canada. Witch wellness, bloody fantastic. It's exact. You've got to be. You know who you are, and you've got. It's not a case of getting a title. It's connecting with the. It's connecting with with where you are right now in this earth. So I've always been attracted to obvious superheroes. I play Robin and all that, but Robin Hood. I've always had this freaking fascination with Robin Hood, but there's a deeper meaning for it. Like your Trailblazer universe, space, astrology. You're becoming a bloody expert in it. What you've done with yourself is bloody fantastic. The information you're giving out and the positivity in every message is fucking fantastic.
That's what
And
we
then
talk
now,
about with integrating it because I use my inspiration for a lot of my videos. Those inspirational ones are just pretty much most of the content I post is from my own like suffering, things that I struggle with, or it might be something I see in my environment that maybe a friend or someone I'm close to is going through. Like it inspired me. I use that kind of stuff like to inspire me when I see struggles or suffering or misery. So that's how I kind of do mine. So I blend it together. Then I created something, right? I turned it into a video. I spoke it into existence, or I'm talking about, I'm speaking from my authentic self, and it's from my heart space because it's like pain that I had. And that's when you can speak with more passion. See, even when you have people that have more pain in their lives who have learned to integrate it, and alchemize it, usually speak with more passion, right? A lot of them even become motivational speakers, which is something I definitely want to get into. Or they write books. They're very inspiring, right? So, I mean, we have to use the dark night of the soul, all that dark stuff, and just kind of blend it. And it doesn't mean I avoid my shadow. Just because we did healing work, it doesn't mean that I'm just all love and light now. No, I'm still every day, I'm sitting with some uncomfortable things, sitting with my shadow, and I'm reflecting on it. I'm letting it guide me because it's if you listen to your shadow without judging, just listen to that little voice that's always trying to like kind of like be the devil's advocate or kind of like bring you down or like tempt you or like kind of have that negative talk, right? I consider that like part of the shadow too. I mean, some of it is just programming from society too, but it's kind of it's all mingled in, you know. That's why I think of it.
and you got to stick to your guns. Like as I said, I wrote this. I'm going to do a quick promotion for my book. You can get it free if you just. It's a free ebook. You can go and download it. Just give me an email. Give me a nice comment. I'll go, do you want my book? You can have it. You can learn about my struggles in my life from stroke to motivational coach. 15 lessons I received when I woke the fuck up. There you go. I said it. But it's basically some of the things that I want to give to people as an introduction that you can do every day, and what some of the basic things just to bloody wake the fucking people up. Jesus Christ! I mean, going on to, I mean, I was in America, right, 4 weeks ago. I was standing very close to where these fires are happening, and I made a video, and I basically said, because I walked down the street and there was a nice market, normal everyday people like us really enjoying themselves, but they were living the real life, right? Then I look behind and I've gone Hollywood Hills. 10 miles up the road, you got people who are billionaires and millionaires. And I go,
Yeah.
look, there is nothing wrong with making money and all that, but when I've done some investigations and really looked into it and understood it, and this is where your Robin Hood comes in. It's bloody Robin Hood versus bloody that Prince Charming or whatever the bloody hell, whatever that other idiot is. Take from the rich, give to the poor, because the rich take from the poor and take from the poor and use for themselves. There you go. That's the story of Robin Hood. Now you think about you can go and look it up yourself and do what my friend always says. Go and do your own research, but think about it. Why are these people so rich? Why are they pushing their propaganda on us and not making us better people? But they're suddenly, they're all well off.
Never
Right?
anything
They're all
positive to help the collective. It's just stuff to keep them in power, to keep them in control, and to keep all their, speaking of dark stuff, lying to us, like illusions, like just it's all manipulation. And
no, it's all manipulation, frequency, and vibration. They're full
yeah,
of shit.
yeah, and they're trying to bring us down. They're trying to lower our frequency. We're in spiritual warfare. This is straight spiritual warfare. These fires, some of the things we saw, that was that the fire insurance was canceled they said 4 months before.
The water hydrants. What the hell
They didn't
was
even
going
have
on
water
there?
in the hydrants or the reservoir. And I actually saw a clip where they actually got inmates getting purses full of water to help the firefighters because they didn't have enough firefighters. Like, the budget was cut with the firefighters too. I've never seen
17.5 million. 17.5 million. And look, I saw a clip yesterday, and this is, I could talk freely on this pass because I like to keep a neutral ground to a point, but you can't ignore what the freaking heck's going on. That bloody governor, I'll just call it straight out. That governor and that mayor, they should be charged with crimes against humanity. And and this is all evidence based, guys, ladies and gentlemen. Go and do your research.
And there's a 2028. And in 2028, they were supposed to turn it into a smart city and hold the Olympics there in 2028. So, coincidence?
These woke idiots, right? These woke idiots, and that's the way they are, making excuses for the water, right? About a bloody fish. You think now? I'm a Trump supporter. I'm not. I'm going to say it. I don't give a shit what people think, right? Everyone's got a choice of who they want to vote for, right? I think the blue bread are full of shit, and I reckon their propaganda is basically to prop their own self up and basically line their own pockets and divide us. That's it. Okay, that's the way it is. But go and do your research. Listen to what people say. Now I can relate this to spirituality, awareness, and vibration. Where you vibrate, and this is where they're trying to keep our vibration and frequency down. Yeah. Believe me, when you have that little voice they tell you not to listen to, watch someone speak. Feel someone speak. Now, the two people, and I said, maybe, look, you can say I'm biased. I don't give a shit, right? I don't give a shit. Whatever you think. I watched those two ass clowns in California. Ass clowns. That's what they are, right? And look, I'm sure they care. I'm sure they care that the people are going down, that people are losing their houses to a point. Okay, but look at the way they talk and look what they're saying. They are the. I tell you what, if the next Captain America film came up, that Newsom guy, he should be the main actor. The way he put his shield up against the Fox News guy yesterday was amazing. Get your shield up, ladies and gentlemen. Have a listen to what they're saying. Are they giving you answers? Listen closely. to what
Yeah.
they say. They
Watch how they're
and they
behaving. Yeah. Like actions
yeah,
speak
look,
louder than words. And if they say anything,
absolutely.
their actions are just clearly showing what they're about. And isn't that something? So if the insurance companies, the fire insurance companies aren't covering them, then it's a complete loss on the house, right? And then they can't pay to rebuild it so they can build their smart city and have the 2020 Olympics and whatever other agendas they have. Yeah.
Well, they've got one problem. They've got one problem, and this is why they didn't want him. And I'll say it straight out: they didn't want Trump in there because Trump, regardless what you think of him, okay, actions speak louder than words. I spoke to a lot of people in America, a lot, okay, and even in LA, I spoke to people, and under Trump, they were better. They were better. Not to say it's going to fix it straight away, ladies and gentlemen, but it's something to believe in. And my belief is, and as I said, okay, call me biased if you want. I don't give a shit. My thing is for Trump. And if you think I've got a biased view over the blue brand, have a look at what's going on out there, ladies and gentlemen. Do your freaking research. Do your research.
Question everything. Think critically. I mean, they're literally showing you if you have any kind of awareness,
That's a good word.
it's very
exactly
clear.
What we're
Yeah,
about.
that's what we're talking about. Yeah, like that's clearly like between symbolism, between actions, between words, between patterns. These are all patterns. We had fires in Hawaii. We have we had all the
Floods in North Carolina. You
we had
had
all the drones recently. We can get into all the underground tunnels and stuff that Ali Carter talks about. All the underground tunnels,
hashtag Ali Carter, ladies and gentlemen. Believe what you want to
she's
believe. But
powerful, man. Yeah.
What
Her story is
I want,
fascinating. Yeah.
and this is what I want you to do, regardless
Sad
what's
though.
going on in the world, right? Oh yeah, but I mean, I'm keeping my trap shut on this at the time because we can go on it forever. Okay, because
Burning
I'm gonna.
evidence. All I gotta say is, what's the easiest way to get rid of all this
You
evidence?
said it. You said it. Okay,
And also plan for the smart city and all that. It's all like, oh, works out
burning
perfectly.
evidence.
What a coincidence. Oh, great. All the evidence is burnt. Oh, great. Oh, great. Now we can build that smart city that we were going to build in 2028. Oh, great. All these people lost their houses. I feel bad for the common people that have lost their houses, I mean, I'm not
Burn
saying that
the.
every celebrity is bad. I don't want to say that, but there are a good
I
amount
do.
that are pretty
I don't
evil,
give a shit. Most of them are full of shit. Let's go. Taylor
Yeah.
Swift is a fucking is
Are
full
they
of shit. Yeah.
standing up for society when there's
No, they're
actual
not.
issues? Are they ever
No, they're not.
saying anything to help humanity?
Mel
No,
Gibson
it's
is
just
go.
dumbing
Yeah,
down. They are never doing
go and
big
go and
issues.
watch.
They aren't even speaking on. They're quiet because they took that vow of silence. They can't speak on this stuff. But it just shows
Go and
you.
watch. Go and watch Mel Gibson, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Sylvester Stallone.
Joe Rogan
Okay.
actually just had Mel Gibson on his podcast and Mark Zuckerberg, which
I'll tell you about Mark Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg is scared of Donald Trump. End of story. We're
yeah.
just we're being we could be selective because this is recorded, so this is a pre-recording, ladies and gentlemen. But we can say what we want. But
We can
basically,
edit stuff up on YouTube. Yeah.
exactly. So what we're saying is basically it comes down to yourself. So we could say, oh, the fires, the thing. But what we did was why we're reading this, why we're reading the way we are, because we're critically thinking,
Yeah.
not being a bloody conspiracy theorist, and that's another friggin' sham as far as I'm concerned.
Who created that term?
Correct. So that's what you got. See how we're asking questions?
Yeah.
It's all about asking questions. Look, I can go right off about it, but a friend of mine, we were talking about it, he goes, you could go off and go, this Newsom idiot and this Karen Bass is a bloody dickhead and all this stuff, right? That's fine. That's my opinion. But I want people to critically think, okay, why did she go to Ghana? Okay, just have a think about it. Just have a real good think about it. Why did she go to Ghana? And why, knowing this stuff's coming, put two and two together. They're trying to break us down consciously.
Yeah.
It's happening look, I'm not even going to go in about the schools, because if I go in about the schools, there's going to be some serious issues. All right, what they're teaching in schools.
It's
right?
disgusting, man. Some of the stuff I can't
But
you know who runs
sorry,
all the
Keith.
schools? I mean, it's all the same thing. I mean, it's just very clear. Everything is so programmed, like from birth. Since you got a social security number from birth, it's constant programming. Your mind's taking in a sponge, all that stuff, and they got you with the schools, just
Talk
everywhere.
about. Let's talk
TV,
about
social media,
what
news.
about talk. What about passports? Tell me about a passport. Tell me about the legal common. Well, talk about passports and talk about common law. Common law means that you do not do anything against anyone else. If you do that, you will be punished. Okay, that's common law, the law of the land. Okay, we can start talking about the law of the land. People are supposed. Let's look at the basics. What are governments? Governments are supposed to be people who govern, who guide the people, who are there as
Government
trusted.
equals governmental state. Government,
That's right.
governmental.
That's right.
See, it's all in the
That's right.
words. They're telling
But
you.
the thing is exactly. But the whole point of it is, what is the government? The government, and I saw this on. Actually, funny enough, you watch a lot of TV. A lot of the TV are giving you their opinions, and you watch it very, very closely, especially the last 10 years. The He-Man revolution they had, He-Man revolution they had last year. So basically, they try to push the woke agenda. Okay, and there's nothing wrong with having a powerful woman, Teela. She was Teela. But they killed He-Man off, who everyone loves He-Man. They killed Skeletor off, and they made it about this bloody, and they made it a woman power. Now, they made it totally, oh, we'll kill the blokes off and we'll just have it. But I'll tell you what, they got fucking bagged so much. Rewrote the whole show. Brought He-Man back in, brought Skeletor back in, and still made Teela the most powerful woman in the universe. Right? They thought, they would eliminate all the blokes and stuff and all this stuff. They make her this big bloody powerful woman who could have been, whether she was a lesbian or whatever she was trying to do. But trying to put that big masculine, no one gave a fucking shit because they could see through it. Then they brought He-Man back in, but still made her the most powerful woman in the universe. And then in the end, spoiler alert, if you don't want to hear this, turn it down. He-Man ends up marrying Teela. And what they said was, we're going to govern. We're going to be leaders of this. We're going to be the leader of this planet. We will run it, but you will run. You won't be a slave. You'll be able to do what you need to do. But there's a government. So if you do something wrong, you will be punished. But if you could trade, free trade, but they're government, they're overseeing it. That's exactly what government's supposed to do. Yes, there's supposed to be laws. Yes, there's supposed to be rules. But when you put these days, especially putting your masculine energy, not toxic masculinity, you fucking idiots. Toxic masculinity is masculine energy, and then men have got it, and fucking females have got it too.
Oh yeah.
All right, right, and this is the way it is. And what and the toxic masculinity, when you go there, is greed, envy. It's happening what's happening with governments. All they do is they bloody pull the money, especially here in Australia. I could start. Mate, you got 10 cities, and you got the bloody Governor General's got a $500,000 bloody pay rise, 3.5% pay rise for the fucking for the politicians. Look, they do it. They're a politician. They run the country, but what are they fucking doing? They're not highest inflation ever. 10 cities not giving us food to record prices. Okay, our exports we're exporting. We're exporting our gas to China, and then we're buying it back from Japan. Bloody ridiculous. Simple shit that's going on. Insurance companies are going up. Governments are involved with these big elite companies. They've got a monopoly with the bloody food, with Coles and Woolies over here. And they're getting found out, we're going to have an investigation. Yeah, mate. I'm going to have it's like when I go to the toilet and have a shit, mate. That's an investigation. They're going to get rid of the crap in my body. That's what has to happen. Anyway, that's my rant. But see how we're becoming aware, ladies, that we bring it back to ourselves.
Yeah.
We bring it back to ourselves.
It's about going back. It's going within, though, with all this stuff going on. The more you look to the outside for answers and stuff, like, the more confused you get. And also with this age of information, the age of Aquarius, the thing with it is there's so much information with social media. By the time the information gets to you, it's been remixed, it's been clipped, it's been, Like you don't even, and sometimes it's AI even, some people are posting stuff for clout too. Like some of the images I saw of LA even, I thought were real and they were actually like AI generated. So you have to even
That Hollywood
question the
sign,
images you're looking at. Yeah, that one.
that Hollywood sign. And now, do you know if that's gone up yet, Di? Because
I don't. Well, now that it's gone worse, I'm not sure, but that's where it gets kind of ridiculous. So then, so how do you know what's true? You have all these things in your feed, and remember we've talked about to Solomon about what the feed is really about, right? And algorithms and stuff, and it's feeding you this, and you're giving energy to it. Oh, I clicked on this, now it's feeding me more and more and more, and feeding is kind of taking your energy because sometimes at the end of the day, like I know when I go down these rabbit holes, sometimes I be scrolling for a while. I'm trying to do research and I go a little too
Yeah,
deep. I actually feel mentally unwell. I have to go outside. I was like, I need to get step away. And I was like, this is actually overwhelming. And but here's the thing: you can go down these rabbit holes and you still don't know the whole truth. That's still a very little bit of the truth. That's why it's important to reflect, meditate, go within, stop looking at outside for answers because there's a lot of people that are just that don't know that. I mean, everyone's at different levels of awareness and stuff, but everybody has different pieces of information. Some people have false information. So how do you know what's right and what's real and what's not sometimes in in this world? It's crazy.
I'll tell you
You have to
what it
go
is
within.
though.
Use your
You got to
intuition.
go
Use
with.
critical thinking. Your intuition and critical thinking.
I'll give you even one even better. Just as I said, critical thinking, awareness, and you're raising your vibration because you will attract the truth.
When you raise
And
the vibration limit, you're going to track better anyway. If you do the inner work and take care of yourself and like self care and all that shadow work, the inner work, like have healthier habits and stuff, man, you'll be in a higher vibration. So then when these crazy chaotic things, you're more grounded and stable and it's not really phasing you too much. You can observe it with detaching more. But when you're a lower vibration, you can get emotionally involved. I mean, it's kind of hard not to get emotionally involved in some of the horrible things that have been going on, but there's still a limit. You have to kind of observe it and realize that people
so I
did
have to go
things
inside and
and they're
get
going
them
to
and
have
get.
to have consequences to their actions. Some people might not have it now, but everyone's on their own journey. There's different lessons we're supposed to learn. There's divine order and chaos, is what I always say.